And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Anytime you're talking about fundamentals in a market and direction, fundamentals take a little bit of time to play out.
We got crude oil today, kind of trading yesterday's value area really nicely, low to high.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
Good afternoon, friends and traders. Welcome to the Market Recap. I'm Dan Hodgman. It is Thursday, December 2nd. And December 2nd here, we had a good opportunity in a lot of these markets. You got crude oil up after quite the volatile first hour of the day. That market breaking all the way down to below $63, all the way down to $62.50, get thereabouts. S&Ps opened up this morning right at settlement price. Settlement price holds, which is right where this market opened up yesterday, or last night, I should say. And that market rallies from 4,500 or just above all the way up to 4,580, where we're kind of ending our day. Nasdaq, a little bit different story. Opens up below settlement price, moves to overnight highs, breaks back down, makes a new low. So we had a volatile open there. That market grinding out higher, ending the day approximately 0.8% up, right at that 16,000 mark. If you guys have been trading this here after, say, 10 o'clock, 16,000 was kind of that inflection point. It was up, it was down. It's struggling to get through and show acceptance up above that level. So we'll keep an eye on that one here tonight and into tomorrow. Gold, you got positive movement in the equity markets. Gold breaks as soon as equities opened up. Gold broke down a little bit. Moving down to 1765 as the low. Get a little pop there. Going to end closer to 1770 on the day. Euro opens up near overnight highs. Yesterday's highs, kind of an area we've seen multiple bits of consolidation. We have a double top at yesterday's value high. That market rotates inside and ending the day lower. And lastly, the 10-year note opens up at settlement price. Settlement rejects and market moves lower. So some opportunity across the board. Hopefully you guys were able to find something there today. No major news. We're seeing more cases of Omicron here in the United States. But President Biden does come out and say he doesn't want lockdowns. He doesn't want to expand vaccine mandates. So that may keep the stock markets from panicking too much. But who knows? If we start to see shutdowns at the state level or at the county level, that may change things. So we just got to be cautious of that. Keep that one in mind as we move forward. All right. Want to say hello to everybody, and we'll go ahead and take a look at our charts. Jordan, good to see you. Sean, PK, Mo, and David, good to see all of you guys here today. Hopefully you guys found some opportunity. Let's go ahead and take a look at our charts here and see what we had going on today. And as we mentioned, crude oil, what a volatile open here. Crude oil opens up, rips way low. We open up right at 64.40, 64.50. Let's keep it simple here and break all the way down to 62.50. So we have a $2 move in that first few minutes of the day. And initially, off the get-go, our first thoughts, if we're starting to look at this market, if it races to make new lows, then look for market to continue in that direction. But as we start to look a little bit higher time frame, here's what we got going on. We're still maintaining trend to the downside, and we have a nice upside channel. So market's still trading nicely inside this channel, but the key here is this is why you want to be patient just a little bit. Wait for that open to really tell us what's going to happen. We get that initial rip lower, but does not hold. As soon as we see it's not holding, we have to look to the other side. We have to start looking, where can this market go to the upside? You got settlement price up at 65.57, so you got targets up above. You've got yesterday's value kind of coming in here at 66.60. So we've got a couple areas to keep in mind on the upside, but really to me, it's waiting on this open, keeping an eye on what's going to happen on the open. We have the quick break. Does not attract sellers. As a matter of fact, buyers start to overpower that market and it takes right off to the upside. But we're still maintaining downtrend. We're not making higher highs. Our highs are now continuously being lower and we are making lower lows. So this market still is in a pretty defined channel, defined range, defined trend to the downside over this week since we started to see this market breaking last week. So maintaining downside trend. Sean, I see your question here. Let's go ahead and just show you the profile. So we'll go ahead and remove this one. To add profile to the chart, you're going to come over here to drawing tools, select drawing tools, come right down to volume profile, and we're going to select what time crude oil opens up here at 8 o'clock this morning. And we're going to run it right till pick close. And that's kind of what we're looking at here. So again, drawing tools, select that, volume profile, and then go select the time period that you're looking to keep an eye on. Next, let's go ahead and look at the S&P 500. S&P 500 settles at 45.08.5. 45.08.5. Market opens up. And this is what I'm loving. We've got a double bottom here. Right at settlement price. Like we said, market opened up right at settlements last night. So you've got a nice double bottom. Great opportunity here off the open to take along and look for rotation back inside. That's what we're looking for. If this market opens up, an initial move goes and makes a new low from yesterday and holds that low. Different what we didn't see in crude is it did not hold that low. It recovered rapidly. If it doesn't hold that low, look for rotation higher. But if it does initial move, make that move to the low downside and holds those lows, that's where we're going to look for opportunity. So to me, settlement price was really a great opportunity here today in this market. All right, next, let's go ahead and look at our Nasdaq market. Michael, I see your question. We'll touch on that here in a little bit. Nasdaq, a little bit different story. Extremely volatile here today. There's not much more I can say about that. We found support at yesterday's swing low. If you watch Coach's Playbook, that was one of the areas Mick likes to keep a close eye on. Prior day high, prior day lows. And we have a strong swing low from yesterday. Market checked it multiple times, never held. As a matter of fact, it rallies right back up every time it came in, or I should say it did hold. It did not break down. Market rallies every time it came and checked it. But for the most part, there's not really a whole lot of definition in this. We worked from low to high, but really an extreme grind and difficult trade across the board here in the Nasdaq. Next, let's go look at the gold. Gold, a little different story. Gold opens up this morning. An initial move is lower. And now, what is the price we've kind of looked at here all week? 1770. This was after we had rolled into our February contract. This was originally 1780, but with the spread as things moved, it came down to 1770. That's an interesting level. Market opens up, moves down. We break this week's low. We establish a new low, and now here's what we're going to keep an eye on. We've got a swing low, both at 1780. Market's 1770. Market's trading there now. This could be a reactive price point here to keep an eye on in the overnight session. All right, next let's go ahead and look at the euro. Euro opens up higher this morning. Like we said, we opened up higher. Settlement price was at 113.20 half. 113.20 half. Market opens up above. And here's a great chance to get a trade on closing the gap to settlement price. How often do we talk about closing the gap to settles? Market opens up opens up right at value high from yesterday. And this is one of the ways, Michael, I use values, or I use profiles. It's really to help me understand where the extremes are, where the ranges are from prior days to look for chances. When I can look here and I can say, hey, I can take the short. I'm going to put my stop. I'm going to take the short at point or value high from yesterday. Look for rotation down to point of control and settlement price. I got two key targets down below. You guys know me. The first thing I'm looking at is the market away from settlement. Does it have a chance to move back to it? Market opens up away from settlement at value high from yesterday. And what I like here is value high has been a restrictive or rejective area. Was once support, became resistance. Market attempted to break through, rotated back inside resistance once again last night. So we're seeing this area really become a reactive price or an area for opportunity. We're not going to call it support or resistance. That's all hindsight, right? So we got opportunity at yesterday's value high. I can look here. I can say, you know what? I'm going to take my short. I'm going to put my stop just above overnight highs. If I start to make new highs, I'm going to adjust my situation here. I'm going to adjust my thought process behind this market. And maybe we're going to start to rip higher, maybe to uncheck point of control from Tuesday. The market rejects, rotates back inside, and works from high to low and ends the day down about 0.17%. And lastly, let's go ahead and look at our 10-year note, and we'll get on out of here. 10-year note opens up this morning And what I liked about 10-year note is it opens up right at settlement price, 130.29.5. 130.29.5 is where market opens up. Yesterday's regular trading hour high. Opportunity here? I think so. Look for rotation back inside to point of control. This market has been pretty good at checking prior day points of control. Prior day points of control, this market has been pretty consistent at checking them, and market did exactly that. So we got some good opportunity across the board here today, utilizing just a few of the simple levels that we talk about every day. Tanya, good to see you. Michael, you as well. I don't have any specific lessons. What I would recommend is tuning into Hoag's weekly group coachings. Those are Monday and Wednesday at 1 p.m. Central Time. I'd recommend tuning into those. He's using a lot of profile. He's talking about it to look for some opportunity. I think PD's kind of spot on here. Hard to learn it in one lesson. Really what I would stress is start looking back. Put your profiles on. Look back. Pay attention to how the market reacts around value and points of control. If it's outside of them, does it accept back inside? So you're really using those levels as acceptance for short time frame directional moves. That's how I use it. I'm strictly waiting to see if the market approaches a low side or a high side. I'm looking at it and saying, okay, I got two options here. Am I looking for this market to trade inside or reject or break out? We got a couple of things that you got to keep in mind when you look at it. Really some opportunity. To me, I'm using it because it helps me kind of define a little bit of a range, and to me, range trading is some of the most fruitful range trading or profitable trading. Theodore, weird rally in ES and NQ. Ain't that the truth? Very strange rally. I'm not convinced either. I don't think, I think it's an up day for sure, and we're going to see positive news because they always love to have positive news around positive days in the equities, especially after, big sell-off like yesterday, which we did recover yesterday's downside move, at least in the S&P, Nasdaq, not as much. But I'm kind of there with you. I'm not totally convinced either. Yeah, James Dalton's got some great stuff. James Dalton's going to be more market profile, though. So two different things. Market profile is going to look at the thing a little bit differently. It's more time-based, where volume profile is actually volume-based. So two different things. James Dalton is the founder or the godfather of market profile, which is another great tool to use. Something I personally don't use. I'm not in tune with it, not a huge fan, but I know a ton of people that use it, and I know it helps a ton of people. Hoag is a master when it comes to market profile, so you've always got him to ask questions too if it's something you look into learning. So, all right, we got Bitcoin today trading 57,050. Now let's go and take a look at some of our stocks here, just because they're fun to watch. It's fun to keep an eye on that stuff. Airbnb gets a little bit of light here today, 169.60. AMC, same thing, $30. GameStop, holding pretty steady, $181.56. Tesla is the down one here today, not a whole lot, down a few dollars, 1,084. Robinhood finally gets a green day. It's been a while since we've seen that, but Robinhood trading 24.20. And that Rivian, because it's interesting, we've been talking Tesla for a couple years. Rivian goes public, gets that huge rally off the IPO price of 72. That's down here today as well, $110 a share. And the VIX, we were over 30 yesterday. We're under 30 today. No surprise, right? Stocks are down. Look for VIX to VIX, or stocks are up. Look for VIX to be down. VIX is trading 28.44. So just a couple things that we like to keep our eyes on. It's always fun checking out that stuff. And lastly, tomorrow, unemployment number is coming out, 7:30 a.m. Central Time. So be conscious of that one if you're trading. Make sure you're flat. You don't want to get caught in outrights when a major number like that comes out. Obviously, jobless claims today, better than expected. Does that mean unemployment number is going to be better than expected? I don't know. I guess hold tight and see, and we'll keep an eye on that. So last but not least, we'll go into this day in history, and we'll get on out of here. Remember, it is Thursday, so there's no recap tomorrow, but we will have the forecast. On this day in 2001, Enron filed for bankruptcy. We've all heard stories about Enron. That happened 20 years ago today. And I have one more, I thought. Yes, one of my favorite movies. Good Will Hunting premiered on this day in 1997. So just a couple things to end the day on. Other than that, guys, that's what I got for us. Like I said, John will be back tomorrow morning, 7:45 a.m. Central Time with the market forecast. So make sure you tune in, give him a good heckle. He is growing that beard out post-vacation, so maybe I'm trend setting for him. I don't know. Just kidding. So hopefully you guys all have a great day, great weekend, and I'll see you back here on Monday. Take care, everybody.